are you?
Here for the public hearing. There's going to be, looks like there's 6 matters on this docket here, all for public health and safety. Let's start with A. With the public health and safety abatement of the substandard structure located at 124 Telephone Road, West Walkeny, Texas, 75474, S3805, Lakeside Acres Edition. Number 1, Lot 7-8 acres, 0.29987. Property ID number 49800. Owners are Randy M. Franklin. Is Randy here today? No one has stood up. Okay. I wanted to ask. Shannon, this letter A.
Yes.
Is this? Is this in the files here? A?
Top one.
That's a very first one.
So the very first page you have, there's your fire marshal's report, 4A, and the very next one is the PowerPoint that is up on screen. So each property is plotted
Excellent. Thank
in
you.
order.
Thank you.
So it's like A and then D and then
Perfect.
C.
Oh, Shannon makes it so.
Organized.
Yes. Thank you, Shannon. Okay.
So do you guys want me to go through these now, or do you want me to go through them during regular session?
Built on now if you like. I'm with that. I second that.
So the first one we have is gonna be 124 Telephone Road. Figure out how to make a change. Yeah. As you can see, this property, you can see completely through it. It has no windows thrown up. The accessory building is in the same shape. The porch has completely collapsed. So we've got a history of trash and debris, grass and weeds, and we've had multiple substandard structure notices sent out on this property. This just gives you basically what a nuisance property is. Number, and then these are gonna be the picture. Structure is liable to partially or fully collapse. Again, as you can see, it's not real sturdy. Fire marshal's report rates the same thing. Interior, there are no interior walls. It's been vandalized heavily. There's no plumbing. Okay. Obviously, this is not livable.
So most of us have been able to at least review these PDFs that they emailed us before the meeting tonight. If the person's not here, do we need to make a motion to readdress it at the next hearing? Okay.
On this particular property, the owner is actually deceased.
Okay.
The heirs were notified. Taxes are, I believe, have not been paid since 2012.
Do we know if they're in probate?
No.
Yeah.
I'm assuming all utilities have been disconnected.
There is no utility.
So what are the heirs? I didn't see anything in here that, I didn't even know he was passed away. So what are the heirs sent back as to what their plan is or intent for the property?
2 of them have called me and said, tear it down. We don't want anything to do with it. The rest of them have not responded. I do know that the tax appraiser, the attorneys for the tax We're having the same problem. We don't want it, tear it down.
So they're not
They
interested
want
in
nothing to do
paying
with it.
taxes. Are they looking to basically give the land back to the city?
They don't want anything to do with it.
They don't wanna sell it, they don't wanna do anything.
I was gonna say, let's just get this.
And
carry
there
it
were-
back to-
12,
So
And none of the,
none of them want it.
the affidavit of airship would be quite tedious on that one.
And they are behind in taxes too?
I think I want to say 2012
Okay.
and forward. Like I said, the tax attorneys have also been working on this. This is one that's going to be going up on the tax. And
Eventually, what's gonna happen is that the county's gonna take over that then.
yeah, just on the auction.
yeah, it'll go up on, be posted at the courthouse. Somebody will get the bid and then purchase the property and do what they want. This particular property, it's a nuisance. It's attractive to children. It's got vandalism going on. My suggestion is we condemn this property
And then in tearing it down, the city posts a lien on the property.
and we would. Yes.
So at the point of tax
So-
sale, there would have to be the lien resolved plus the taxes resolved, correct?
If someone were to purchase.
If whoever
Correct.
purchases the land,
Okay.
they'll be responsible for paying the city back,
The lien, okay. So you would recoup your funds.
yes.
So my suggestion would be that we order it, we deem it a nuisance. We order it torn down in 30 days, and if it's not appealed on the 31st day, we tear it down.
Have we estimate how much it's gonna cost?
We have not. I have two companies getting me estimates. now.
If there's any underground utility going on nearby or crossing by that property? Nothing?
There would be probably crosses in the ditch, but we would have that marked.
Yeah, there's no electrical on this.
No, the electrical's been gone for years.
The water meter's been pulled, I'm assuming,
There's nothing.
there's nothing.
There's nothing. There's no utility. There have not been utilities prior to me starting here, November of 21. In fact, this house has been in this condition.
Any
since November.
asbestos or something like that that we know of?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Do y'all have that checked before demo?
Nope, if you order it, if you declare it a nuisance and order it demoed on the 31st day, we will tear it down and we will clean on property.
Don't know when abatement is required.
No, there's no living, there's no
No intent.
intent for a living.
None of these properties we have up today have anybody in them. They're all in,
Is there any residents close to them?
it's on Telephone Road. So yes,
Kind of a
Do
scary
we,
situation with,
do we have the funds to cover on that upfront and then wait who knows how many years to recoup that money as we put a lien on this and maybe others too? Do we have the capital for that?
I don't know what the balance is. I know that we do set aside some money in the budget for it. I think, what, we have 2 tear downs budgeted?
I get 2 tear downs, but only dumpster wise.
Okay.
We pay a contractor to tear them down, so we budgeted $10,000. We have enough in the budget to tear down 6 buildings immediately.
That's
Is there a way to speed the process, county to take over?
it's just,
Redemption.
Even if county took over, it just sits there.
yeah.
You still have the
The
problem of
situation-
children going
yeah.
in and vandalism going on, and somebody potentially getting hurt because a house collapses on them.
There's 2 things that I see here. I think we should get the situation really assessed on site by company experts. Because we don't know. What we can see is over the surface. But once they tear that down, some other stuff can show up at last minute, which could add to the cost.
Like what?
Yeah, once she gets a quote, that's the
Because
quote.
what they're gonna quote
This
is
the-
demolition, cleanup, and grade.
Okay,
This is
There won't be
commercial
anything left for
already
trees.
assisted.
okay. So we are not foreseeing anything else, so.
No, if they have problems, that was their quote, that's on them.
That's what the 30 days is. It's 30 days to appeal this as far as the owners go. And then they quote what it's gonna cost to take it down.
Okay.
And these would be contractors that are insured.
I'm more concerned about the asbestos floating around the air and getting people sick than I am anything.
I don't think we've gone, I just pulled up our zoning while we were talking about it. I don't think we've got an asbestos.
would it be in your popcorn ceiling?
And as old as these,
So
and as old
residential,
as
I don't
these
have
structures
anything.
are, I'm pretty sure there's a possibility it's in
Do we
there.
know when this was constructed?
It could be in caulking. It could be in caulking. We know that it could be in any kind of material. I mean, it's there. And if you start doing it without the proper treatment, then your neighbors or anybody else gets sick, can they come back and sue the city?
Commercial properties, we have to have asbestos tests done on, but not residential.
It's soft asbestos is in the insulation, you know,
It can be in anything.
Yeah, it could be an insulation, it could be on the paint, it could be on different, on the tile, plastic tile, whatever.
It just depends on kind of age of the building.
Yeah,
They think like
exactly.
post 70s is really when you get into it more heavily.
And we can, as a city, require that an asbestos test is done on all of them, right?
Shouldn't take a minute to go in there.
The guy can go in there one day and they can run a test on stuff. They can,
Yeah.
once again, I mean, it could be in caulking material, it could be in paint, popcorn
There's
ceiling,
not a whole lot
flooring,
of
it goes in
material.
anything.
Does
I mean,
it,
there's material, but there's not a lot of material in this building.
I live next door to that building
So information,
and I have problems.
they're in order, it's fire marshal report and then a copy of this in order to.
But they do have.
Yeah, I'd say the year that it was built.
Fire truck and hoses.
Maybe.
Keep it wet down.
I believe it does.
Yeah.
For reason.
no change?
They can use water like $200.
He didn't in any of
They
them,
would-
he just
yeah.
recommended demolition in all of them, because they're not safe.
I make a motion that we identify the property as. It's not- what's
Oh,
the
wait,
word?
hey, this is public hearing, you can't motion. Oh. You have to wait. Sorry.
Okay, okay, well, then yeah, then we definitely need to.
Yeah,
They're all the same kind of.
yeah. Did we get like a, whole bundle price from whoever the contractor will be to demo all at once?
That's what he's providing me, I have two companies that are gonna be providing that.
You're talking about for all the properties?
Oh, no,
Okay.
we have to do it per property.
Okay. And, pretty much it's gonna be in between two contractors to do all of them, if that is the decision or whatever.
It'll be whichever one we decide to go with,
Okay,
if he decides to go with,
okay.
or
So,
possibly both.
so since they are, what I'm looking for is to see how can we be a little bit more efficient with the limited funds that we have. And with that, if they can build a one pack, including X amount of properties.
So you can only charge them what it costs you to demo for a property, so if they were to bundle them, then I can't prove what the cost of this property was, and then
Gotcha.
this one was, and then this one was.
Gotcha.
When I do a lien, I can only do what it costs to tear it down, and I believe the administrative part of it. So like our filing fees, publications.
Gotcha.
How would it work if the contractor come in and tore the property down, didn't accept any funds from the city and put a lien against it themselves? How does that work? No.
Can't do that. Practically, Yeah, because they have to have city authority to do it. I mean.
Well, you get the authority, to go to the city, but the city doesn't have to pay them. They just expect to get their money until otherwise.
Well, but the problem is the way the city ends up getting their money at some point is, we would start to, we have a contract with Linebarger and they deal with all like the tax abatement and all of those kinds. So they deal with all of the statutory requirements on any, when there's unpaid property taxes, stuff like that. We move those properties into their purview. They'd start that process of what is functionally acts like a foreclosure to go and seize the property so that we'd get possession of it and we could sell it. So we get paid on that end of it, but you're talking, and you're not wrong, it would be, it'll take a bit, a year or so probably to get it.
These properties, this being one of them, is about to go up for auction.
Yeah.
They've not been paid since.
Okay. Is the county putting it up for auction?
Linebarger.
Okay.
And they've been noticed. They're aware of what's going on.
Okay. And they would accept and deal with, because that's, I know the city in particular has got a weird thing with them, or some things they don't collect on. We want to make sure they would collect on this as well at a tax sale. Yeah.
Or if it's fixing to go up for auction, I mean, does it seem like it's gonna be soon?
They're very slow.
It could be a few months.
Is it
It
worth?
could be next month, it could be 3 months down the road.
It'd be 5 years from now. I ran into that. It's
This
not
one
fast.
has taken, this particular one has taken a long time to put together because of the errors. So they went through, honestly, most of the process. I got more information from them than I did my title search.
Yeah, that makes sense. They do a lot on this.
Yes, I worked with them closely on this one.
Then,
Well, and I'll tell you something, that's interesting. When, are they actually sure they're gonna go up for sale on this one?
That's what I'm asking, is like something like that, why would we invest in something that's fixing to be bought?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Shannon, in your experience in the past, how much has a demo of this size cost?
Well, I would love to answer that question, but we don't have it.
Okay.
We
Because
haven't done it.
These are our first ones. I had a voluntary one, but everything that has come down has voluntarily been taken down. This is the first time we've actually had to come to this.
Can I open up? Does anyone have an idea how much this cost?
So roughly, there was a property on Crestway that was in a similar size and shape. It ran between 12, 13, 14 dumpsters, 30-yard dumpsters. And a dumpster averages,
About $4,500.
No, it's about.
$4,000 to $500.
That's
closer to 1,000, yeah.
With that being
Some make
said,
$4,500 for 30 yards.
Now, that's
all
as
I'm
an
asking.
individual,
that's
so,
also, I get 2 homes. All the dumpsters for those homes are free. It comes with our contract with Blackjack, so we would only pay for the tear down.
now is that residential or any demolition?
It says homes in our contract.
So the one that's across the street, which technically is residential, would qualify for that. But the ones that are down here that are commercial would not qualify for that.
That's a
So
possibility.
the 2 dumpsters would be the 124 and then, or the 120, and then that one across the street.
That was my thought process.
So then if all those dumpsters are free for one home, then I guess we'd wanna tear down the one that is most likely not gonna sell.
2 homes,
2 homes.
2 homes.
So I guess we're, I guess,
Which there's 3 residentials on here, but 2 that we would primarily use.
perfect. So
And here's one thing I would say about some of the Linebarger stuff. I get appointed on tax sales in the county I live in all the time. I've been on one, I was named on one in 2021, and I have still, after they've set that sucker for a hearing, I have 3 separate times, they still cancel it every time. So you can't trust that they're actually gonna go ahead and complete that process with any timely fashion, okay?
Right, no, I
Because
understand.
things just happen. So I don't disagree with you that if we're really sure they're gonna go ahead and start that process, let's look at the new owner. Because I think they'll probably tear it down. But
Right.
there's a good chance that they'll kick the hearing out again and again. Okay.
So, with that being said, we have the ability to tear it down on day 31. let's be real, it doesn't always happen. Sometimes they sit. What happens if it sits for a few months? I mean, we still have the order to tear it down.
I wouldn't want to, we've not put ourselves in a position where we would be bound to do the tear down on something like that, and I wouldn't wanna necessarily do that. If we know it's about to sell and somebody else is gonna deal with it, we can maybe better spend the money and the two tear downs on something we're not sure is gonna sell in the next few
I
months.
agree.
Got a question too. So the contract that we have with Black Cat, they give you the chance to do demos at no charge, I guess, collection on the trash.
The dumpsters, right?
Okay, unlimited amount or up to certain amount?
I believe that contract's actually sitting under your computer. So that's their side version. So you can't leave with it. But I think it says 2 homes, so it doesn't specify.
So if it
the
says
number.
2 homes, it doesn't specify how many
It
dumpsters
says
it
will
actually.
provide the dumpsters for a tear down for 2 homes.
And the
Demolition
homes,
of
it
the
is the actual structure of the house or anything else around the,
What section is it on?
I saw it earlier.
Concrete foundations and all that stuff, most of those.
yeah,
just
if you
saw
have,
it
if you have
today.
like, I don't know, 10 sheds.
Yeah,
you know,
she's not, it just
there
says,
is-
the contract just says service provider will cover the full cost of hauling and disposal of demolition debris for up to 2 homes per year at no charge to the city.
So debris would qualify for all the trash on the property too.
And the outdoors.
Go ahead.
No, and the,
Okay.
it should
Okay.
qualify for the outbuildings as well. Anything that is
On
on
the
the
property.
property.
Right, because the demolition is the property.
Yes.
It's the property, the debris, and the grading of the property.
Okay.
So it should even, like if
It
it's a
could
house
be
with
10, it could
concrete,
be
it should
20.
include the concrete,
And we're covered.
because you don't leave anything. Except for
That's a lot of money.
We are tasked with procuring it, basically.
One house would be 15 to 20K just for demo.
Oh, yeah, demos can be pretty.
it's pretty expensive.
It is,
I was hoping to have our last,
some of it's due to the dump prices out here everywhere have gone way up too, so getting that all up is important.
Now, question, to the 2 houses that we decide to use that bonus service from Blackjack, I'm guessing we are actually adding the actual cost of that to it on the lien, right? Or we are going to, because we didn't pay
I
for
don't
that
think we
deal.
can.
No, okay.
We didn't
I
get
don't
charged.
think we can. You can only charge what it costs you, is my understanding.
What you have invoices for.
And with that, with talking about money, it's almost, this is pretty important. And I know it's in, I know, I'm curious, I know
We
you're
also have
absolutely right.
ordinances that make us liable to take care of this also,
Yeah,
That's just, I'm looking at.
yeah.
which is the ordinance that you guys have on every laid out.
I guess we should continue reviewing all of them.
Yeah.
And then after we review all of
They
them
make a collective decision?
and see which one,
Right, when you go into regular session, you'll make a decision on each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. And so
Now, can we earmark the 2 that we,
Those are yours to do what you want with.
but we can we earmark the 2 residentials that we would like to have the city consider to add to their day 31 tear down? Because there are 3 residentials here.
You'll be the one voting on it.
Okay, good.
I don't remember. My suggestion would be 124 and 424. So it would be this one, 424, which is
So this
actually the
was-
next one, so it'll be your first two.
Shall we move to B?
Yes.
Shannon, for the record, do we need to state, the people who have come in since we took attendance earlier?
That's up to you. I'm adding them to my list.
That was.
Well, let's look at B then.
So B is gonna be 424 Highway 276. This house is located across from, most of you are gonna be familiar with Dale's Burgers.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one that's on partially on the city's property.
It is. Half of this house is on their property and half of this house is on our property. Our property would be the side closer to Rustic Oaks.
This one feels better me.
Huh?
This one feels better me.
Yes. So as you can see, it has a quite lengthy violation list. We got them to mow it a few weeks ago and the grass is probably above my waist again. Maintenance on this is, it's null and void for the most part.
Yeah, they kind of try to fix it. I would say about what, 8-9 months ago. They kind of start.
There's a different problem going on with this, and I'll give you a little background. When I first started with the city, they had already this problem had cropped up. We had notified them basically, hey, this is a dilapidated structure and half of it is on city property. They had started to come in and ask, I think, apply for some permits, but well, they also talked to us about permits, but we're like, well, half of this is on our property. They bought it from a friend, I think, and didn't realize they didn't do any title work, so they didn't know that the guy didn't own all of it. They approached the city about purchasing it, but they didn't ever make an offer that would be my fair market value, truthfully. So now we've been locked in limbo with people where nobody wants to pay for, or they didn't want to pay for demolition.
They actually were supposed to come and pull a demolition
Or it's
permit
actually-
months ago. They never showed up.
But that has been ongoing because
Yes.
they'd approached
For
me.
what, 3 years?
Yes, they'd approached me multiple times at first about buying it, and then we talked about demolition. I do not believe that at this point that these people will impact do anything with this property. Okay, like I've been dealing with it. So
And it's partially burnt as well.
it is.
Yeah.
It did catch on fire several years ago, long before I started here. So as you can see, kind of every angle, we've got holes in the roof. Windows are all boarded. There is not a window in this. When you walk through the inside of the structure, against the fire marshal's advice, as you see, like with the back decks collapsing, there are no utilities on this building either. No power, no water.
How much of that?
As you can see, most of the inside of this building is awesome.
How much of that building you will estimate, Shannon, percentage-wise, that is sitting on
Half of it.
50%.
half,
If
50%?
you look at that picture,
percent.
All right.
so I gave you a fire marshal's report.
Yep.
That picture shows you the dividing line. That's the
The-
property line
So the red is city?
runs through.
Yep.
So when you're
Got it.
looking at that picture, the right-hand side of the building would be city.
Okay,
The left hand would be
All right.
theirs.
So if we only put like half of that on them, they in fact have slightly more than half. of the
Okay.
thing.
all right.
So
So
how
the
does that
lien would
work
only
with
be
the,
half, right?
Right.
Correct? So you wouldn't recoup.
you'd lose
Well,
the
we can't make use of the property either with half a house on it, so it's not bad to go ahead
Okay.
and start clearing it for the city as well.
This would
You
be
know.
a property that would be worth.
Exactly, because there's interest.
It's on 276 too, so
Yeah, it's
it's
on the highway, so it would,
exactly.
this is
Yeah.
one right here that I would.
Well, and not only that, is that half of that structure is on city property, which will cost the city.
And I think this is
And
part of what we had rezoned as
one
well,
of the
so that
two
it's gonna
free
be
houses.
into,
It's gonna be
It should be.
commercial.
yeah, it'll be commercial once it changes hands, so it'll move from, that's how the zoning works, is, goes from what it was to what it will
Yeah,
be once
to
it changes.
improvement.
So now it'll be commercial, there's a lot of benefit to the removal of this one.
I just
But
want-
right now, it's considered to be residential.
Yeah, so this
So
still
it
is.
this will be a good fit for that black.
Yeah,
Treatment thing.
this is the one right
This
here,
is
I
the
think
one.
we need to definitely put on the
So,
must do list.
As you can see, people are
yeah,
procreating and staying, and there's not much left of anything. When you are inside, if you look up, and I should have all the water damage
Mold.
going on. I can't call it that. Sorry, my
Stage
mold.
3 water damage.
But as you can see, look at the bottom right-hand corner, all through this house, that is what it looks like on the inside. You are looking at daylight through the ceiling, all the way around the inside of this house and like that. There are bird nests in this house.
Yeah, there's gotta be a lot of mold.
The
on this thing
bathroom
and all of
is,
that.
it's lovely, it looks like something from Saul. Again, see, we have metal over the windows, wood over the windows, there's no door. Obviously, this has not been maintained. Again, we have a lot of vandalism going on.
So when was the last time we tried to reach them about, I mean,
I
since the
sent it
last
2
2
months
months
ago.
since
They,
but hear nothing recently.
they've had notices, so they got a 30-day notice, they also got a 10-day notice for hearing. So they've had notices, they're aware of what's going on.
And then they had an appointment with her to set the
Right.
permit,
That's what
get
I'm
it
saying,
tore
this one
down,
right
and
here
they
is,
didn't
and
show
it's
up.
an eyesore to the city
And
coming
we
down the
approached them
highway,
about
so-
like splitting a demolition with them. Like we've tried.
Right.
Okay, like we have tried.
Are they current in the property taxes on
I do not know.
No, I
their
don't think
side?
so. I think that
don't
was
know. I
another
didn't check
issue.
it, honestly.
Okay.
There's some that I know because I have worked on a list for our city of some of the really bad properties, hoping we could take the route that you're suggesting. And I've been working that angle for 4 years
Okay.
and I have not gotten anywhere with it. So to give you an idea of how well that works.
Because, yeah, it'll
None
be,
of the properties.
it'll
have
be
sold.
good to know if the other half is current and is not going to be on foreclosure too soon or whatever.
I do not.
Committee, can we move on to see, because we kind of have
Yeah,
a
we kinda-
consensus that
Yes.
this is gonna be a
I
priority.
actually put a star on that.
Yeah. So let's go to C now.
Next one is Hemlock. Hemlock also has deceased owners. This is, I'll be nice and call it manufactured. I am not 100% sure that it is actually a manufactured home. It could actually qualify as a,
I think it's a 56-foot, mobile home, the tongue's still on it.
I think, yeah.
But does it actually classify as manufactured home, or there's a
Manufactured.
year? There's
Yeah.
a year that marks it, and this one's.
And there looks pretty good.
No,
It looks
it's
more
pretty
trailer
old.
home-ish. Yeah.
This one I could not go in, so pictures you're gonna see were all taken from outside. There was not even a way to get in this house. And if I had tried to get in, I'm fairly sure I would have fell right back outside.
Yeah.
This property has tires, obviously a lot of trash. I would love to say that there's people living in this one, but again, they fall through the floor. So, this is the front porch. Obviously, you're not walking across the front porch there. At the time that we looked at this, there was an RV in the driveway. Someone was staying in an RV that is now gone. These pictures again were taken from this side door, which had no stairs. And as you can tell, everything's collapsing and, I mean, let's face it, when the inside looks like this on a manufactured home, the floor is gonna be the same. I really didn't feel like going to the hospital that day. This room right here at the front of the trailer is stacked full of approximately 60 tires.
Oh,
Yes,
Say that again?
60 tires.
it's full of tires.
Hey, have we talked to them about tire disposal? Because sometimes that's a bigger pain.
It is a trade.
There are areas, there is a place in Hunt County that does take tires, but you do pay for it. It's in Greenville, and I have that information, it's called 360 Tires or something like that. The fire marshal, environmental, they're the ones that send me that information.
I think it's in Southern Greenville. I passed it.
They won't take
Yeah.
them on
I
roads.
think there's
Yeah.
one guy,
I think it's normally like $3 a tire or
That's
something like that.
See, here's some of your tires inside there. That's just a little bit of them.
So what about is this on city sewer or is it a septic
This is
system?
city water and sewer, this is on Hemlock. See, again, you can see all the tires stacked in that bottom left corner of the house. And then more in the property. Obviously, all of this, our recommendation is to deem it a nuisance and order it demolished.
And we're gonna bring these all back up again in
Yes.
the regular, okay.
I guess there's no idea if we have back taxes on this property
This
taxes.
is
Yes.
another one that
This is another one.
owners deceased, there are no heirs, back taxes, at least 2012.
About $8,600 in back taxes right now on it.
Sorry, I always forget what it is.
Our next one is on the CD.
So our next three properties are commercial. Is everybody good on this one?
Yeah.
Next three properties are commercial. They all have the same owner. The owner is located in Houston. Has been notified of all of this. You don't own any of them, correct? I've not actually met the owner. I've only talked to him on the phone, so I had to ask. Everyone else I know. So this one, there are two buildings on this property. So we have two addresses, but two properties. Sorry, two addresses, two buildings, one property.
Again?
Two buildings,
Uh-huh.
two addresses, one property. These are gonna be down towards the bridge.
Okay.
So you're gonna have up in smoke, then you have a little white building, and you have a little red building. The 213 is gonna be the little red building. Not like the two in a row are the two that are on the same property, so it'll be 213, and then we'll do 225 next.
So with these two that side by side,
Are
on the same property, can we put those together on the same demo, since they're on the same property?
I wasn't sure because they had two addresses, so
Yeah,
I didn't.
then it's on
separately.
Yes, the answer you can, because it's on the same parcel.
So yes.
Yeah, because
So we
So we
can
can-
consider it one demo.
One demo.
Yeah,
All right,
So I need to let them know to just
Okay.
put one demo
Yeah.
in.
that makes
So-
complete sense.
So we'll do, I guess, the next two together,
This is commercial.
but they're in two
Did you
separate
hear
slideshows.
that? No, that's two buildings
Well,
on the
that's
same
fine.
property.
So this is
One
213.
Demo.
Yeah, but they have two different names.
it doesn't matter, it has to do with the lien on the actual property.
It all has one property
parcel.
ID.
Okay.
So somebody can go through the process of getting a second address, but they haven't actually went in and done the division through the city to cause that survey to get split up.
And both of those buildings are registered in the,
Same person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm saying if they're
Both
registered, yeah, in the county on the same.
Yeah, on the same
plot.
property ID.
Yeah,
It is on the
yes.
same plot, okay.
Yes, it's all same property ID for these two.
that's the difference in asking the post office for an extra address versus actually coming to the city and getting something
Right.
notified.
Yeah, then you're gonna have surveys done. and
Yeah.
it's a-
And this is, commercial or residential?
These three will be commercial.
Okay,
So-
so this is,
Again, this is gonna be the little red building down here. Everyone's familiar with up in Smoke, down by the bridge, correct?
Yes.
So you have up in Smoke, you have a white building, you have a red building. This is the red one. So the red would be the front, blue would be the back of it. One thing he does do is keep it hunted.
So
He's located in Houston.
house is taxes,
I don't know.
nothing on him.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
there's no electricity, I can tell.
There is not
No
electricity in
service.
these two.
Okay.
As you can see, we can only go in part of this building, part of the building is collapsing already inside on the floor. The porch area, the front of the roof is already collapsed. There is water damage. There are no utilities. Bathroom is not usable. There is a black substance on some of the walls.
It's just no paint.
Very.
So since these two,
Ceilings are collapsing.
since these two properties sit on one property ID, and you do in fact know who the owner is, and he's still living, if you were hypothetically to go in and doze these two buildings,
We would
It's-
send him a bill first before we put a lien on the property. We would do that with all of them.
okay, would
Give them the opportunity to
file
pay
suit?
it, and
Correct.
yes,
You would have to sue them for the money.
No,
no, just, they just put a lien on it.
Just an invoice.
you give them the ability to pay it, and if they don't pay it, you put a lien on the property.
After the fact.
I do want to let the community know that I think anything on 276
Needs to go.
yes,
Yes.
is a priority.
Yes, absolutely.
And most is gonna be commercial.
We cannot burn them.
That's easy, pass thing up.
We can, that is actually not legal.
Yeah, that is.
That's our.
Absolutely.
The fire department needs
Well,
to
it's not
practice.
even that, there's so much stuff that when we burn it, it gets released into the air, because these do still have, wiring in them, they're commercial, so there's probably asbestos based on the fact that I'm gonna guess they've been around for a while.
Sure, we have some people that work on there and clean the copper out of it.
I think
So,
that's on our.
it may have happened because,
And then the fire department needs training, so there you go, we killed,
yeah, they can't do that.
I know,
I actually did try to go that route with it. So the front door on this building and the building beside it are 9 times out of 10 standing water.
yeah.
We have run people off from these buildings. With obviously wiring hanging up walls.
I don't think we need to see more of these two.
Yeah.
The one beside it, I couldn't walk through the whole building, like the majority of it has flat.
Yeah. I think we
This is the same.
should- Yeah, well, there's same
Same parcel.
same
Same
parts.
property.
Oh, different building.
Buildings, yeah. So can we move on to,
So
is
you want
it F?
2101?
That would be the last.
Yes, allow.
Which is
Which
the
is
same
up
owner.
in smoke. Okay, so this one right here, we could not get in. We had administrative warrants to go into all of these. We could not get in this building. For one, the front door on this building is not gonna open. The building is sinking. Sorry, this thing really doesn't work.
And this, and
As we
that's,
can see, the front of the building's deteriorating.
Shannon, is that, if you keep going, is that a shed or is that actually part of the same building?
There is a shed behind it, so it does have an accessory,
Okay.
if we want to classify it that.
Might as well be an outpost.
No, there's no facilities.
Oh, wow.
There's no facilities in that outhouse.
Oh,
you wanna call it As you can see, there is a huge hole in the main part of the roof on the front. Obviously, it has collapsed all the way through, lots of damage. These pictures will kind of just show you, you can tell it's been sinking. The front door on the top left, you can see where it's buckling into the ground.
Is this
Like
on?
I said, we couldn't open that front door.
Yeah.
Right here, the bottom right corner, you can kind of tell that the door's jammed up into the other metal.
Shannon,
Yes.
these are all right together. What size is this? All parcels roughly?
I would have to go full head and find out.
That's fine.
This one's on a property by itself. though. There is another door on the back, same thing, we couldn't open it, and the door on the side has doors over it. This one does currently have electric, however, I will tell you, out of concern, I did send the electric company to go look at it, because as you can see, we have trees in the weatherhead, which is highly dangerous. And so I believe that the electric company is probably going to be removing the power to this building, just for safety purposes. They're probably gonna roll it back when I talk to them the other day.
I'm thinking this third property on F is probably about a third of an acre. Looking at the size.
It's a decent sized property. Now, he
This
owns
one.
all of he owns that entire chunk. There's actually 4 buildings. There's someone living in the 4th one. It's not as bad. It's actually been kind of redone. So we didn't do that one currently.
What is, have you talked to him? He knows this is coming?
He knows, he's got all of it.
In
He
air?
signed for it, no, he owns it.
He bought it. That's
He
what I'm
owns these properties.
Taxes are current, I mean, everything.
I believe the taxes are current on this.
How long ago he owns this property?
Yeah.
He's had
It's
it,
still current.
well, he had owned it when I started working here,
Okay,
almost 5 years ago, so.
all right. And what has been his reactions of us following up with him about all of this?
So when I first started contacting him a couple of years ago, before this stuff got really bad with the hole in the roof, he had had a heart attack and had heart surgery. So he had this done a couple of years ago. So he does know. He thought that, he's like, well, it just needs a couple of shingles. I mean, that's real good. That's healthy.
And when was the last attempt of communication with him?
So he's
Within a
gotten
month.
notices for
Within the
all.
last
Okay.
month or so at least.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
gotten, just in the last 2 months, he's gotten 3 notices, so, for
Well-
each of the properties.
I'm just correct me if I'm mistaken. You haven't spoken to him though, like.
I have not.
All right.
He had tried to call me.
Mhm.
I saw the call, it was the day I was off.
Okay.
I texted him that I would call him, I tried to call him, and I don't know.
Well, I think we've seen enough. Fine.
So because these are separate parcels, Blackjack would consider these to be 2 separate tear downs?
Well,
These
this
are
is commercial.
Those
This
are
is not
commercial,
residential.
and it is
That's
separate
illegal.
parcels, so yes.
This is.
Because I heard you say someone lived in it and, sorry, I got.
Oh,
confused.
different building.
That's
There's a
That's
fourth one.
440.
There's another one right on the corner of 276 and Tomahawk that is, I believe, live
So you're right. You did.
I believe they live in it.
Commercial 276.
Okay. All right.
Public hearing.
I make a motion that we conclude the public hearing.
Did we already take, comments from the public? Did anybody
They
sign
asked
up?
if there was anyone for the property.
Got it.
here. Did you?
If there's anybody that
The
has
young lady,
any
the lady that was
interest
here-
to the properties in
The lady
discussion.
that was here
Mhm.
lives, her property backs up to the one
Right
on
beside
Telephone Road.
one.
Her
Okay.
concern is the tree. She does not want her fence knocked down or the trees that go over her property torn down. I assured her we do not do. If it was a dead tree that's gonna fall, we would probably take it out during the grading process, but other than that, we would not.
Yeah, house is known for crackhead or nothing.
It does have a,
We
it has a
have
major
that.
history.
Reputation.
Yeah, they come.
And we are talking about a property, the
Yes, property.
very first
Okay.
property we talked about.
Yes.
Well, Jennifer Dahlman makes a motion that we conclude the public hearing portion of tonight's meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So now we need a motion to open the public, or the regular session. I'll make a motion that we open the regular session.
I'll second that.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
All right.
I get up at 3:30 in the morning, every morning.
Rest.
So it's been-
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
evening,
you
sir.
for coming.
All right, guys.
I like Michael's suggestion of focusing on where we prioritize.
I think the property that have the houses on the city property.
Completely.
You
And
guys
Go
do
ahead.
have an order to go in and
Okay.
you did that, you
Yes,
just saw it.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'm just trying to keep you on
That's
track.
what I was
thank you,
doing.
thank you.
All right, so what we have here?
And they should be in the same order that the public hearing
So I just want to set it now.
So we're back to 124 Telegraph, or Telephone Road.
Which is the
Yeah, number
first one on the
Yes.
second page.
Yes.
Thank you, Shannon, for keeping everything lined up.
And so, and this one is residential.
Right.
It's got I mean, a large house, there's a separate building in the back, but technically it would fall under your one of your two house removals.
Make a motion to deem it a nuisance. Don't we have to do that first?
You can do it all in one motion. Because I'm suggesting that we deem it a nuisance and order it demolished within 30 days, and on the 31st day it be demolished.
Is that the first property that we were,
124.
That's my recommendation, follow it.
Hold on, I got a question here.
This person's deceased.
right?
Okay.
And this is the one that we think that Lineberger's gonna actually make a move on pretty quickly.
So we
Possibly.
have 3 residential properties, right?
Correct.
Which of the 2 has, or which of the 3 have the biggest structures
The first two.
that we can actually take
And
advantage of?
the one on Hemlock is a trailer house.
Okay.
It's smaller. It's
So that's gonna be C.
Correct.
correct.
Okay.
So A and B are gonna be our bigger properties, and
Get the
B
most-
are
And
more
B-
important properties to use those.
Yes, and B, city has a lot of interest on it. So I will agree to use that benefit for A and B. And then determine something for C.
So we can make a motion for 124 Telegraph.
I'm sorry, so just so we're good on our form here. Somebody might want to make a motion to consider all of these at once. Yeah, because you guys are gonna want to talk about which ones you want to prioritize. So rather than just going one by one and try to keep them straight, maybe you can make a motion to consider these at once, and then we'll specifically state which ones we're gonna declare a nuisance,
Okay.
okay? Somebody want to make a motion?
Jennifer makes the motion that we consider all 6 properties to be a nuisance.
Mhm.
No.
The 3 that we want to choose.
To consolidate discussion.
Right.
To
we need to
consolidate,
consolidate.
okay, consolidate conversation and discussion over the 3 residential properties so that we may prioritize how we're using the Blackjack contract and the funds to tear down 2 of those 3 properties.
I like that.
I'll second that. Do I have to repeat it?
No,
you're
No.
good, thank you.
Is everybody in favor?
Right?
Aye.
And of course, we don't have to tear down 2.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm guessing we also want to save some funds for, like I said, it's not on 276, let's try to save some funds for commercial.
And that's okay. During this conversation, we can say, no, we don't want to do that. I was just trying to open up the conversation.
Yeah.
So,
I personally like the idea of doing at least one of them in the residential area. And the only reason I say that is that it puts the city's foot forward.
Yeah.
As showing some incentive, some motivation to correct some of the
And how
abandonment
serious
and
this
the
is.
blight that's going on, not only to the residents, but also to developers, which are going to have eyes on very soon, if not already, in a residential. So I think selecting one of these that we could use for that purpose and those savings that we can get from Blackjack would be
I'm gonna
beneficial.
I'm gonna tell you something else, and I'm in agreement with you. But I think it will be beneficial to have a dollar amount of what the actual demo company, aside of the dumpsters and trash collection, is gonna cost. Because I do see a huge benefit on the trash collection of these things. If this is at least 10 dumpsters, is $7,000. So it's just 10 dumpsters. And I don't think Blackjack will, if we don't use it this year,
does
then
not
next
carry
year we'll
over.
have
It doesn't
4.
No,
So,
No, I
It
did
does not roll
2
over.
per year.
yes.
If you don't
I
use them,
mean-
you lose them.
We could look at it as far as where the most bang for our buck
Yes,
is, and that's gonna be the one on 276, that is deemed residential, would cover under her free
Yes.
demos, and it has the most forward facing. And then in a
Yes.
month or two, we come back, and if these two properties, the other one, 1009 and or 124, have not been dealt with,
Addressed.
And I
Then
also point out that some of these are extremely pricey just to get to this. I mean,
Yeah.
I sent out on just these 6 properties 90-something notices, 3 different,
Was certified.
and those are certified and regular. So at $10 a pop,
It- it-
90-something
behind the scenes,
notices plus
It's,
your,
it's that they
and Telephone Road is one of those that has a lot. I think there was somewhere between 12 and 15 notices each round on just that one.
I guess the crucial piece of information that we're missing here is how much do we have in the budget and how much this is actually gonna cost? We're missing that. To me, that's important.
in my experience, you're looking at about $4 to $5 grand, for each property where you're not getting the dumpster, for where you're getting the dumpsters. So that's probably about what you're.
Cost to the contractor.
Yeah, just the contractor cost.
That's including
That's including
the
the
dirt that they need to bring in to grade and all that.
No, they're
They
using
don't
what's there.
bring in dirt.
All they're doing is, you're talking about labor and, yeah.
They're gonna clean it up and grade it, meaning it's gonna be smooth.
Okay.
They're not
So
bringing in dirt.
and for these two properties, I don't think they're gonna need like a big, crane, they could do these probably with skid steers, because basically you're
And
just
I
gonna
know at
push
least
them over
one of
and
the
bring them up from
contractors
the
I'm looking
dumpsters.
at owns it.
Oh, good.
So we should.
Yeah, so let's guesstimate that it's gonna be around $6,500 to be conservative. Yeah,
That's realistic.
yeah, so that's gonna be 13,000 right off the bat.
Well, if, please correct me. Can I make a motion for all 3 of the residential properties to be considered a nuisance? Can I do that? Okay. Then I want to make a motion that all 3 residential properties here shall be considered a nuisance.
10%.
Got it. Everybody in favor?
Now that they're considered a nuisance, I also, please correct me if I'm wrong here, if the property, the residential property that has both city and residential property on it, I'm trying to see, make a motion to go forward with talks about demolition.
So when we declare them a nuisance, we have to send them out a notice saying, hey, these are a nuisance and you've got 30 days to correct the problem. That's why we're talking about on the 31st day, we have the authority now to go tear it down, okay? That doesn't mean that, Shannon kind of hinted at this, it doesn't mean on the 31st day, we're actually going to physically roll in.
Right, so
can.
it's on cue.
Exactly. Now, the deal is they can't do anything at that point. Now they're not gonna be able to roll it back. They've got, in that 30-day window, they also have the ability to appeal, okay? And if they appeal, it goes to a district court. Not really expecting that, it's pretty abnormal, okay? I should got involved in the suit, which what had it happen, but it is very rare. So, at this point, once you've now declared it a nuisance, we've gotta wait 30 days, and we're gonna see what happens next. Because it may be that one of them goes, I doubt it, so hope springs eternal, but one of them goes, great, we'll knock it down, we'll deal with it, because we don't want the lien on the property. And at that point, then, we'll then reevaluate, and now's the point which you want to talk about prioritizing which ones, assuming they do not knock it down themselves, sell it, do something with it, what next? Which ones do we want to prioritize?
2 of those are deceased.
Yeah, and that's, yeah, exactly.
124 Telephone and 1009 Hemlock are
Yeah, but what happens once, so we deem it a nuisance
Mhm.
and we give them 30 days.
Mhm.
What I don't want to do, or I wouldn't think that the city would want to do, is be sitting here 2 years from now and the building still being up.
I agree with you.
So that doesn't look like the city is taking interest in really cleaning it up. So
What,
I think we need to be careful before we start.
what we could do is this, because we know at the next year, we're gonna get 2 more. Okay? What we would really be doing is scheduling. We'd be talking, exactly, because it is budget year. And that's our fiscal year. So we could really just actually schedule, say, all right, the
Which
first,
is, from today, we could not tear it down till September 7th.
Mhm.
October 1st, we have a new budget.
Is there a time limit on how long we have? I mean,
reasonable amount of time. I wouldn't want to leave it much longer than 6 months, just out of a kind of personal preference of, we don't want to look like, you're right, that we're being negligent on that. We're not dealing with it.
But the free dumpsters are use them or lose them.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 2 tear downs, 2
And I
residential
have
tear
till
downs.
November to use those.
November.
Until November.
November is our contract is done, so I had till November, the date of the contract, whatever date it was.
Okay,
If I may, would you be able to have those quotes ready for the demo?
As soon as they send them to me. I've got 2 companies I'm waiting on.
Okay.
so they don't have a timeline, they're just, I mean.
One of them actually just came forward 3 days ago and asked if he could quote them.
Ah,
Yeah, but from here, it'll go to council.
No,
No, it's right here.
That's why we have this, is that you guys, it's really to fast track these kinds of properties,
Okay.
is so that we can just deal with it.
No, I'm saying that council will approve
No.
whatever
Nothing to do with it.
cost of demoing.
They've already budgeted, so
Okay, got it,
that, yeah,
got it,
right.
Whatever we decide, that's,
got it, yeah, because we already have the budget.
yes.
So it's possible to tear down 2, to tear down the 3 residential and the one that the city owns half the building.
Which is one of the.
That's one of the
residential.
residential.
Yeah, that's one of the
so
residentials.
it's these 2.
That's gonna be-
It's possible by
This one's owned by the
January
city.
that
This
all
is
3
not
of
a
them.
residential.
It is, but it's on Hemlock, it's a little single wide trailer.
A, B,
Well,
and
that's
C
This one's
are the
hidden.
residentials.
But I'm just for hypothetical, we could tear down the 3, A, B, and C, and D in the next 6 or 8 months.
These
Yes.
commercial.
You'd have,
These
you could
commercial.
do 2, and then after November, do 2 more free
No,
dumpsters.
no,
This is
I can
residential.
only do residential with the dumpsters.
What-
So only
the
the
resident
3.
will hold
1,
up
2,
like
3 are
ABS.
residential, this is considered commercial down. So these 3 we get the dumpsters
The
for,
one that
2
the
of them.
city's on is considered, I thought it was.
It's
Commercial,
residential.
it's residential.
It will be
It's
commercial,
rental,
once it
but it's
sells.
getting,
Basically.
rezoned.
But now it's,
Now
It's
it's
currently
residential.
residential,
That's
and
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
with the some commercial later. So we have 3 residentials, we have 3 commercials. I can only get dumpsters free for residential.
Residential.
Yeah,
All
so B is the one that's owned half by the
but
city.
still,
and half
what my point is that in the next
by
6
timing.
months or 8
We can
months,
have all
you
3
could
of them
do
gone.
4 residential.
well, shall we discuss the commercial now? I think we've already made,
Well, what was the
classified them as
decision on the,
nuisance.
You made a motion to declare it a nuisance, and then you will vote on that. Did you vote on
Yes,
that?
we did.
no,
Yes.
did we
Okay.
prioritize the
Prioritize.
residential
That's
first?
what it
There
is.
you go.
Okay, so we need to prioritize the residential tear downs, which ones were, think the city should
I'll
focus
say
on?
telephone and 276.
I love
Yeah, I
that,
said
I love that,
A.
and leave Hemlock alone,
A and B.
Not alone, but it'll
So
be
let's,
next one.
if I can make a motion to, for priority on these properties, if the property located on 276, if that could be our top priority.
424.
Thank you.
B
Yes,
is
thank you.
first, okay,
And then the second priority would be, the property located at, 124.
124 telephone road. There you go.
Yes.
And our last priority. would
Now
be the
it's
last-
gonna be C, which is.
Hemlock.
Hemlock.
Thanks.
100.
And that's for the black deck dumpsters.
Yes,
I saying that.
all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
There you go.
Thank you.
Are we able,
Takes care of A, B, and C.
so are we able to discuss the commercial now?
yes.
I make a motion that we take in consideration all 3 of the commercial buildings in this discussion.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. got D, E, and F.
So when it comes to these commercial properties, do we have ones getting us quotes for demo for those three as well? Okay,
I should get quotes for all of them
All
at the same
six.
time.
okay.
Being commercial, I don't know if we get treated differently, being the fact that, I don't know, it was restaurants there at one point, there's gas stands,
Up and Spoke at one point was,
grease
I don't
collectors.
know, I call it a head shop. I don't know the official term for it would be.
Okay,
I believe at one point, one of the other buildings might have been a taco place.
You can see on the top of this roof, it looks like it has exhaust
The other
systems on
one,
it.
I do not know.
all right.
I do know that in the white building, when you open the door, there's a toilet sitting right in front of the door that is being used. And the one in the bathroom is as well, and there are no.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I mean, it's just sitting there like they put it there. They were sleeping in it during the ice storm. They were sleeping in this building.
Right.
Except, obviously, the first one couldn't be in that.
Right.
Those are two small ones that we slept in by the transits.
Since we've all reviewed, if I could make a motion that we declare all three of these properties,
We can do that, but we don't have, right now, you do not have the budget to tear these down, so that does
Correct,
make me
correct.
anxious. So, what I'm
We
gonna,
don't, and two of them are, well, all three of them are collapsing.
yeah, I know, so but I do think if we were to discuss this with EDC, she's already excited. We can also approach the council and EDC to ask for an increase in budget, okay? Well, EDC would be a grant basically, to help fund this because.
Would open up.
Mhm.
so
So you
It would
mean
clean up the
that
highway.
we,
That's what we
we can
focus on.
hold
Right.
a decision on
Something
this one,
changing.
till we actually have a quote and
I just,
availability
want-
of funds?
yeah, I want us to have a really tangible goal on coming back here because here, the city's about to start doing budget, or they are doing budget. But if we approach them now and say, guys, we want to declare these a nuisance, I know our current council will in fact be on board with prioritizing commercial property.
And they are actually already aware.
Okay, I think that we can get them to agree to put this in the budget, to start trying to fund this, but I do, like I said, I want to be mindful of, let's have, if we could declare it a nuisance, we need to have a meeting in October, November. October 1's the new budget.
We will have a meeting, for some other debris ones in October.
Okay, so that we can come back and try to deal with it, but we want to ask immediately. I think probably that's one of the motions we should make. is
So
to
do we
ask
want to
for-
declare it a nuisance now or wait and bring it back in?
So
October.
if I make a motion and wait for further review contingent on getting quotes and availability of funds, would that be the right?
I think, I mean, I'm like I said, that is my concern. I don't know how much it's gonna cost to tear all of these down.
Yeah.
I know that we can definitely put a lien on it, and I think that we would also want to prioritize getting with Linebarger at that point to be like really high behind, because it's gonna be more expensive to tear.
Oh,
these
yeah,
down. It
it's
really
absolutely.
is.
I believe
Yes.
these three are current.
On taxes, okay, so then we would have,
Yes, this is a gentleman that lives in Houston.
sure,
Yeah, this thing here, it could be anywhere from 40,000 to 70,000.
yeah, exactly. So we need to make sure we've got it in the budget to actually to deal with this first. But we can still declare it, but we just need to have that plan. in place.
Information before on hand. I agree.
if we do declare it a nuisance, would that almost force the council to say, well, help and allocate funds?
No.
No? They would-
I think that they're gonna be behind you on it, truthfully. I've been working with, I think they're gonna be well behind you on this, because it's big as
right now.
it is, and the mayor's been really pro clean up the city.
Especially the highway.
And-
Yeah,
And the RFPs that went out for the demo on this, you said there was just two companies? Was that all that responded to the RFP, or was there
We
not?
don't send our.
Well, the fourth building
So how do you
affected.
Do you
get
not?
contractors to come in to?
One actually walked through a door because he built a house here, and the other one is local, a local contractor.
So
So if we, if
Is
we had
Judy and
other
I-
people that we knew, we could send them down and give us quotes as well.
Yeah, you absolutely can. What practically what we do is like we can post notice on the website, publish in the newspaper saying, open to bids.
Yes.
There we go,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's why I'm saying, I'm wondering why we're not doing that, so we can get more response and more quotes in, so we have
And
5 or 6 sitting in front of us instead of, because it gives us more of a, one may be 50 grand and one may be 20 grand. It's like, okay, well,
But
fair
this,
enough.
but this group also has the ability, we're not quite as constrained by some of the council rules, and we are still, we have to be responsible, but Shannon can still just call people, make them, hey, come give us a quote. Sometimes the answer is that they don't wanna, and they don't.
I think we should really,
Yeah,
what I
I
did,
know.
people that I do.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want a contractor sitting on a board to be trying to demo houses.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
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 I
no,
know, I know
no.
that, I'm just saying,
No.
if
I
you
got
know
a
people
question.
that are in the
Yeah.
business, is it someone, I would rather see, in my line of business, I look at 4 or 5 quotes in front of me and I pick the best one. I don't always pick the lowest one, but I always go with one that's more reasonable, that, because you could get 2 guys that's bidding on it, and they know they're the 2 guys, they're shooting for the stars.
Well, price fixing, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if you get multiples in there, you have, and they know that, they're gonna be more reasonable in their pricing.
I don't disagree, but I will tell you, having been in the little areas, and what sometimes the issue is,
The
you just don't get many.
services.
You just don't get as many as you think you will.
Yeah, the vendors don't service these areas
Yeah.
the same way.
But the scope of this job from a commercial aspect which is 1, 2, technically 3 buildings, and they're
Yes.
all like right next to each other, and it's 276
Right.
I
access.
have a question.
It's
for
easy
that.
access, it's right there
It would be
together.
far easier for a contractor to come down with a
Than it is a house.
4-in-1 bucket and a big piece of machinery and not have to deal with the little roads to get back down there. This one might be an easier one to
I
quote for.
got a question. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Shannon. Earlier, I made heard somebody here saying, yeah, we're showing 3 buildings on it, but there's actually 4.
There's another property.
Oh, there
The
is.
same owner owns another
Okay,
property.
so somebody's
Not
living in that
separate
property.
Right.
Okay, got it.
There's two
And
that
we're
are
not
white
doing
on this
anything
side,
with
one
that
that's white
property
on
right
this
now.
side, and then the guy that lives in the middle. But I think a company would come from Dallas for those 3, they're worthwhile, and, you may get a little larger pool of contractors, and ones that are gonna return. That was the biggest problem that I've experienced with contractors, is they're there for 3 or 4 days, and then they never come back again.
One of the contractors quoting this is a local contractor.
It's the guy from across the street.
No.
No.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, somebody made a motion about
Well,
more research.
Counselor, I wanted to ask, procedurally, would it be better for us to declare it a nuisance now?
I think that you can, like I said, might want you to have a target of making sure, I know you're not gonna be able to afford to tear them down right now, we don't have even a quote on it. But we can declare it a nuisance, but it may be wisdom to come back on October
Yeah.
1.
So
And it
table
won't be
these,
too late, so if we don't do one in September, it's not gonna be too late in October because of the budget change.
So they will consider.
I don't wanna
this
miss that
for-
opportunity if we're gonna get pushed out. If it's something we need to revisit and try to get back in September.
Well, what we would conceivably do is in fact,
I can put this back on September.
Yeah.
Because
But can we
I
have the
only have to
numbers?
give a 10-day notice.
Once we get the numbers, then after that point, we have something to work with to go to council. And then we can go before them, guys, like, all right, well, here's our budget, this is what we need. And they have something to work with.
Yeah, we don't even know how much is
That's
left
right.
right now.
We don't
And
have
I'm
a clue.
guessing we're counting that this other residential is gonna be 15K,
Right.
but we don't know.
We don't know.
I wonder about doing a longer abatement period, which kicks us.
Like a
Mhm.
60-day or a
Correct.
90-day. We gotta be careful. Well, no, we don't, because we're not messing with the dumpsters, so never mind. A 90-day,
Right, so if we did that, we have declared it a nuisance.
and the owner on this one may do something.
Yeah, that might be actually the solution. Let's do,
if he realizes that he could be eating the cost of you doing it versus, again, I would hate to have him come in with an inappropriate demo company or whatever, but if he realizes that that's what you're gonna be charging him for, it may light a fire under him, and if he is from Houston, he's got a lot of cities between Houston and here where he may be able to find a company that could come in and take care of this for him.
if he knows that there's a fire under his
He
feet.
knows what's gonna
Exactly. So if we were,
Local people here.
if we give them, so you're saying to extend the grace period from 30 to 60?
I think.
And then that
so.
gives us the ability with which to get the numbers
And
generated
do all the research.
and work with the budget.
Well, and also contact council and say, we need a bigger budget, because we
Right.
declared something a nuisance and we need to tear it down.
Yes.
Derek, like I said, I feel strongly that the council's gonna be on your side on this and want to give you the budget for it, because they're very interested in cleaning up the main drag out
276,
there.
And that's why I want to declare the nuisance, so that we can show, and it can be on the record, that, hey, we already have properties lined up, but we need a bigger budget.
So if we declared a nuisance, can we also extend the grace period to 90
All in the
days?
same day.
All in the same,
All in the
all in the
same
same
motion.
vote.
In fact, we need to revisit the previous motion.
Perfect.
Do a 30-day on that.
30 days default. That's the shortest you can do.
Okay, so we don't need a motion for it to be.
No,
30
but if
days.
we're extending it, we want it.
Okay, then we can do the other one.
So other than that, we need to prioritize if we're gonna go to the city at that point on the commercial property to show that,
We
They're all
do
right
them
there.
together.
you know.
We do them all at once.
All three of them.
Yeah, it's only one lot.
And so,
No, it's
I
two
know
lots.
I'm moving
lots.
too long,
But
but
the same
is it
owner.
Three buildings,
necessary
same
that
property.
we move on the residentials this budget year?
Yes. Or we
Two
lose-
different things, because the
And then
residential, we get dumpsters.
Right.
So we absolutely want to do those before we lose those 2 dumpsters. Those don't roll over. You're going to get 2 more dumpsters at the next year, the next
November.
contract year.
Which is
Yeah.
October.
November.
Or,
November.
first of November.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the commercial ones, we need to prioritize so we can clean them up.
Yes.
But that is, we're not getting anything from our garbage company on that. It's just, we need the city to give us extra money for demolition.
Now, if we do that, can the owner come back for and contest us, and that will make this process lengthy? If we
Does
go
it
with the
extend his 30
nuisance?
days to 60? For his appeal?
Yeah, we're appealing.
No,
He still only has 30 days for appeal.
Yep.
He automatically gets that. There's no,
Yeah.
you're not getting around that.
There's no grace period for him at all.
no.
30 days.
It's a very strict.
Once you give him 30, that's it.
It's, yeah, like, well, once it's declared a nuisance, he's got 30 days, that's it. That's all he gets from because we'll basically prepare an order that we've declared it a nuisance, even though we haven't done the order of for demolition yet, okay? So he's only got 30 days from the order of it being declared a nuisance, okay? He may appeal it, but then we're gonna start, he has to take it to district court to do that. That's a much bigger step, and I don't see it being super
Spend that-
likely.
him spending that money.
I've done some research on it before, and it's like 2% of people across the state that get into these situations ever actually appeal, and it's a huge number.
Are these under a corporate name or
So they're under his name.
personal?
Yeah, John D'Angelo.
Okay, so it's
It's
gonna be
here.
easy then.
So I'm not super worried about an appeal on this. Like I said, he does have that 30-day window to do something. If we give him extra time to abate it, it is a commercial property, it may be more involved. We're basically acknowledging that maybe it takes him a little extra time to get it fixed. Or at that point, we would roll over on the budget year and be able to start really moving towards tearing it down.
Okay, makes sense. Well, but if we're gonna meet on October 1st, I think we are. So then, are we able to, instead of doing 60 days, are we able to do 45? Because by then, if we haven't heard anything, 45 days from now would be towards the end of September. We meet 1 week later in October, and then we can really make a decision.
It's really just at that point, hopefully we'd have a quote and we'd be,
We have something to work
That's
with.
what
They-
now.
they
just
yeah.
numbers.
Have some numbers in front of us.
all you would be doing at that point is approving the quote, because once you've declared a nuisance, you've got the authority to just do the order at the end of that expiration period.
So I think we're all thinking if 30, 60, and perhaps maybe 45 days is appropriate? Or do we just want to do straight 30 days?
Not 30.
Not 30. You have
Not
to go
30.
60.
We need,
Yeah,
I
you
think
have
we
to
need
go
60.
I'm
moving
I
for
think
60.
it's-
All right.
I think it's merciful, and I think it's also realistic for getting information for bids and other
Yes,
things, so we
absolutely.
can actually have more information. And it gives him more time to get his act together.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day, if he gets the act together, it's gonna be a lot better for everybody.
Absolutely.
It's just not gonna cost us
Mhm.
out of the budget.
Well, Lee, you had mentioned the EDC, so hypothetically, if we were able to go to the EDC and explain this, our process to them, clearly that, I mean, from an economic development standpoint, having this cleaned up would absolutely fall into their mission statement.
Yes.
So I think, whatever we could garner from them, and if it's somebody
Start
from
with
this
the
committee.
city, but then
Right.
if we get.
Need to go
Yeah,
to
you would
EDC.
use EDC as a leverage.
Right.
Because EDC does want to fund projects for like businesses, and I get that, and that's good, but it also assists the city if we start cleaning it up, because that does make people come look at the city to put new things in.
Right.
Yes.
Well, if I can make a motion that we declare all 3 commercial properties a nuisance. And that instead of doing the 30-day default, we do 60-day.
Mhm.
I'll second that.
Do we need to state which 3 properties are? Or
No,
we
just
just,
these
it's
commercials.
already,
For,
okay.
for record purposes, that is your points 11, 12, and 13 on your agenda.
That is a 60-day abatement.
There you go.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Everybody in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
To approve or deny edits.
This is
14. All right. We need to take action on approving the minutes or denying the minutes from April 2nd, 25, all the way to October 1st, 25, and December 3rd of 25.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for April 2nd, October 1st, and December 3rd of 2025.
I'll second.
Good deal, bro?
Aye.
Who seconded?
Oh, I
I'm
did.
gonna go with Jane. Okay.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Any citizens input to a non-agenda related items? Okay, we're good? Thank you for being here.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
He seconded.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, so.
Guys, thank
Thank
you
you,
very much.
guys.
All right.
Shannon, you did a good job. Yes, it helps to have these.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is like, this would not believe how many days.
I know, I knew it was gonna be blood, sweat, and tears. That's a lot of information. That's good.
Well, I think for all the
Ahora tengo que
months,
volver
you
para
can stack
irme.
those,
What do you
I
think?
actually
This is
wanted
really
to
hot.
do this sooner,
No,
but
a la
I
casa
just-
no voy
and
a
I wanted
llegar
to
hoy.
grow all the debris on here,
Voy a checar esta
It's
noche.
just so long
Porque esta también allá a las 6 de la mañana.
still trying to do.
Training.